functionality, right? As you can see straight away, if you're a follower of the game, Battlestar Galactica Deadlock, Season 1 all dealt with the creation of and the birth of the colonial fleet, right from its very inception, the creation of the Jupiter Class 1 Battlestars by Sinan Quaid. Now, by delivering these Battlestars and rescuing the Galactica through the first iterations of that DLC, people got to command perhaps one of the most iconic large fleet ships in sci-fi history. Now, there's those of you who like Star Wars, there's those of you who like Battlestar Galactica, there's those of you who like Firefly, but we're talking about Battlestar Galactica. Now, this is all about the colonial fleet has had a right old kicking at the end of Season 1. The Daedalus shipyard, mobile shipyard, that was used as the base of operations for the colonial fleet. After the shipyards were destroyed by the first attacks of the Cylons, has gone. That's now going to become Ragnar Outpost. And we say Ragnar Outpost simply because, you know, if you've watched the Ron Moore reiteration of Battlestar Galactica, you'll be very familiar with the mini-series, first 3-part series of Battlestar Galactica, where they had to go and visit a big outpost in the Ragnar Nebula to go and rearm after the initial attack on the colonies. Anyway, that's gone over into the Ragnar Cloud, and now all the base of operations is held from the Battlestar Galactica CIC. So as we can see from the first part of this DLC, they've changed the opening sequence. We get these lovely grandiose shots of the Galactica, now in its new version 2 iteration. Now again, those of you who played through Season 1 of Battlestar Galactica Deadlock, especially at the end of Sin and Sacrifice, you will know that they were left defending Caprica. Now, as the story goes, the Galactica was pounded into one of the Caprican seas, and as a result, lots of the crew died, the ship suffered catastrophic damage. It's now being rebuilt, it's gone through the shipyard process, and here we have it. So, it's more akin to what we've seen in the Ron Moore series. So, straight off, really happy with this. This is absolutely fantastic. I think, you know, these views of the Galactica and the fleet, Vipers flying around it, really do look good. So let's take a look through the menu sequence now. As what was enforced with the Veterancy update that came with Sin and Sacrifice, you can play the different music and the different titles along, like in jukebox mode. Hey, no worries. So we've got that. I've got all my other reinforcement packs and that I've had installed. Now the reason why I'm playing this now, it's generally for release a week later, is that I've been given a press pack, and I've gone past the embargo, the 14th of August, to play this, and so we've got this lovely new released iteration for the press here. So there you go. If you like what you're seeing so far, hit that like and subscribe button, also that notification icon. I'm going to be playing this to absolute death over the next couple of days and weeks. Loads of other games as well coming out there as well, so I'm going to be quite busy. And let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, so let's take a look at what goes on. So we've got the new campaign, resume campaign actions as well, and also load campaigns from previous DLCs. You've also got the Operation Anabasis mode on the first menu screen. Now this is generally what I call survival mode. This is where you take a small fleet through 10 jumps, being pursued by the Cylons without getting totally destroyed, rescuing civilians as you go. I find this incredibly difficult. You've also got skirmish mode, where you can just jump yourself into a battle and hone your battle skills with ships made available to you. You've also got multiplayer, you've got video browser, and you've got options. Let's just quickly in here take a look at the options. So we've got input select, mouse, keyboard. You can also go for gamepad. I don't use gamepads. I'm playing this on PC at the moment, and that suits me, especially for the RTS type of games. In regards to all of this, we've also got the sound, which I've got set a little bit lower because I'm streaming. Music soundtrack. The skirmish bark set, we've got Helena Agathon.
Yes, sir.
We can then change that to different voices. Alex Singh.
So say we all.
And Helena Agathon. I think
Commander.
I'm
Yes,
going to
sir.
go with Helena Agathon and keep it old school. You can change your languages, go into graphics options. I've got mine set high, very high. Let's see, I can't really change that. up from there really. I've got it set to maximum. Got my model quality on high as well, texture quality on ultra, and video sync I've got exactly where it is. Okay, great, all that's done. Let's get into, say, a new campaign. Right, so Deadlock, Broken Alliance, Sin and Sacrifice, and Ressurection. So I'm not going to go through the tutorials. I've got videos on YouTube in regards to the tutorials. We're going to go straight into Ressurection. As it states, it's been 3 years since the fall of Daedalus, again in the Ragnar Cloud, when Galactica was grounded during the bombardment of Caprica City. Battlestar Galactica 75 has been reformed, and the new crew of Galactica, headed by Commander Silas Nash, are eager to rejoin the front line of the Cylon War. So let's get in there and let's play some first battles. Now I've got some previous save games have been found. Would I like to import fleets and other information from a previous save game? Do you know what? I think I might. And I'm going to import it all in here from the Executive Order Sin and Sacrifice. This is going to give me some unlocked blueprints. I'm not going to have to go through all that again, which is going to be great for me because I intend to do some videos on what the new ships are all about. So we're going to import that. Okay, so what we're going to play this as? Well, I think I'm going to play this as Commander. Got to be a Commander, haven't you? We've got crew veterancy as well. And we're going to proceed. Good old standard experience.
Previously on Battlestar Galactica Deadlock.
Lachesis is rerouting all of its forces to Helios Alpha. Pycon is already at breaking point, and Geminon was ready to roll over the moment Winutu signed the treaty.
The Cobalt Alliance has ratified the ceasefire with Cylon Command. The peoples of Helios Gamma, Delta, and Beta will see no more violence from today.
It was not supposed to happen like this. You have to understand, I never intended for them to go this far without you.
You should have told me. You've sacrificed 1/3 of the colonies. And for what?
It is 1 year that can be used to negotiate a lasting peace. We tried our best to make Colonial Fleet work. But you can't be blamed for the weakness of others.
We've got problems with our FTL computer. I think the Cylons have got into it somehow, and Tech can't flush them out. We can't make the jump.
Galactica, repeat. I didn't hear that right.
I'm sorry, Lena. You need to go. We'll catch up.
Colonial Fleet, this is Daedalus Actual. The station has been evacuated, and Daedalus Fleet Group is dismissed. I am stepping down from command. Colonial Fleet is effectively dissolved. Go. Protect your families. Protect our people. You shouldn't die here for my mistakes. Lords of Kobol guide you.
There's not much you can do about a knife in the back. Struggle, you make it worse. Leave it, and you'll bleed out. Best case scenario, someone takes the knife out and helps you back up. Except for you're still bleeding. And now you got another son bitch running around with a knife. The ceasefire lasted the full year that Lachesis agreed to. No longer, no less. The exact minute the agreement expired, Cylon fleets attacked the Cobalt Alliance colonies. We fought back where we could. Had some hard years grounded before we got Colonial Fleet back in the air. Then we went and retrieved Galactica. Pulled her right out of the water where we left her, and spent the last year building her back up. Colonial Fleet is now a branch of the Ministry of Defense, reformed by the people who've been fighting the ground war since Caprica City was first bombarded. Jubal Sarkis leads the Fleet Admiralty, and he's made sure the Quorum knows its place this time around. Without Colonial Fleet, there is no war, no resistance, and no freedom. Galactica has been reinstated to the head of BSG 75 under my command. We are, once again, one of many in the shield against the Cylon. We have a second chance and bear the full weight of the 12 colonies. From today, we do not lose to the Toasters.
And there you have it. The Battlestar Galactica is back. And what a grandiose opening sequence that was. Bit of history, what had happened in Season 1 gets you right then into the action. You are the shield against the Cylons. You are there to protect the 12 colonies, and you're now at the head of the BSG 75 battle group. Fantastic. New captain, Silas Nash.
Welcome aboard Galactica, Commander. Not sure that it lives up to the Daedalus CIC. Comfort wasn't our priority in getting this bird farm back in the air. Take a moment to familiarize yourself. CIC briefing is at the top of the hour.
And that's cool stuff. Check it out. So in the top right hand side, we've got the Cylon threat, which at the moment is quite low. Okay, we got, quite a low FDL jump cooldown because we're stood here. As mentioned, we can look around the CIC. Reimagined in all its glory. I mean, look at these, bits of paper hanging off the wall. So old school. You've got the marks on the wall as well. Command Information Center door. In and out of the CIC. Into back parts of the ship where up until now you've not been able to go. And now you can't. But you can see it through the window. Taunting you with all little bits of panel and lights and things like that. So you've got these nice quintessential Battlestar Galactica chevroned and detailed pillars with all these different panels on there showing status and Daedalus updates of, where what's happening, what the damage is. At the back we've got these individual pillars. Let's take a look down here first off. Open the fleet tab in the strategy index. So there we go. Only a limited number of fleets will be displayed on one time at the table. And that'll be over here. So let's pop over to the main table. Great. Okay. What else we got? Let's go home. Takes us back to our default settings of the CIC. We've got, let's take a look around here. So we've got where I think they did the FTL calculations right there. If I remember rightly. Here you've got throttle and command. Behind here we've got communications. And here you've got a stair going upstairs. No idea what's up there. Let's take a look around the back here if we can. Up to this table we've got books. Flight ops manuals. Great stuff. Okay, so let's get into the action. We have a quick look around the Galactica CIC and you've got the Daedalus settings up here. Everyone looks up at that and goes, Daedalus! Right. Okay, limited number of fleets. It says, at the Operation Commander, you have control and its auxiliary flight groups. Okay, Mission 1. Let's get straight into Mission 1, shall we? I think that would be great. And then we'll come back and we'll take a look at these in other videos. So let's get straight into the second blooding.
Somehow we've kept this whole Galactica refit away from Cylon intel. As much as I'd like to enlighten them, over half this crew has rotated in from outside of BSG 75. Admiralty wants marks on the board before we risk our people out on the front line. If you would, Mr. Singh?
Sir, a Cylon recon group in the Berry Center almost outed us a few times while Galactica was being put back together. Our first live operation is to remove the scout fleet from the Caprica-Gemini binary.
Commander, I know you being here may muddy the waters. Some of the old crew still hold you and Kane accountable for what happened to us at Caprica. But Sarkis wants Galactica back in Colonial Fleet, and I need your experience on this deck. Mr. Singh, all orders from the operational commander are heard as if they come out of my own mouth. Understood?
Yes, sir. Battlestar Group 75 is ready when you are, Commander.
So there you have it. They've turned around and said, Commander, it's you. Right, so we're in charge of the Battlestar Galactica and that fleet. As it states, 3 years ago Galactica was forced to flee and ditched into the Phoebian Ocean on Caprica. Approximately 1/3 of the crew was lost in the retreat. Caprica's ancient Cobalt formers continue to repair the atmospheric damage done by the vapor and dust kicked up by the impact. A little bit of story on how the colonies were then, initially put in place. The refit of Galactica has been kept under strict non-disclosure, and as rumoured that Admiral Sarkis blackmailed Cylon Cratus, the original developer of the Jupiter class, to design the Battlestar refit. Let's get in here. We're going to get 600 Tilium and 300 reward points. So dismiss that. Thank you very much. Okay.
Somehow we've kept this whole Galactica refit away from Cylon.
Brilliant. Let's get in there. Can we do it?
Over half this crew has rotated.
Nothing is happening.
Outside of BSG 75. Admiralty wants
we gotta have the Galactica there to do it. Right. Okay. So where's Galactica? There it is. What's in our battle group? We've got quite a few there.
The Berry Center almost outed us a few times while Galactica was being put back together. Our first
so we've got
is to remove the
Galactica. We've got a carrier, we've got a gunship, we've got a frigate, we've got the Tempest. What else have we got here? We've got another scout group here.
And I need your experience on this.
Let's get some blueprints on the go.
All orders from the operational commander are heard as if they come out of my own mouth. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Loads of ships here, a couple that I haven't got.
When you are, Commander.
Let's build some ships. We've got some Tilium on the go, so I think we'll have one of those. Build that. We'll build an Artemis as well, just to keep things ticking over. Perhaps a Ranger. Let's get things going. Right, okay, so let's get that battle group. We're going to jump them directly over there. Confirm jump. And then we're going to end our turn. Things have moved. We are now going to proceed with that mission. Okay, great. Here we are. Thought they would have changed that screen. That's the old screen from the old game. It's a different ship now, really. It's been refitted. It's slightly different. Not to worry. Okay, so here's our battle group. We've got our Cylon marks on Dradus. Let's rotate it round. 3 marks here, 3 marks there. It says it needs Galactica at the mission marker. We're going to set it out. We're going to put some Viper 2s in on Galactica. Why not? We got Raptors as well. Our carrier group, they got Viper 2s. Minotaur gunship. Yeah, we're in good shape. And we've got guided missiles. What's this? Long range missiles. Okay, we don't want torpedoes. We want something else. We'll leave it with torpedoes. Well, that's not having torpedoes. We're going to have guided missiles there. No missiles on that. We've got long range guided missiles. We'll leave that with torpedoes. Okay, proceed. So what we're going to do, we are going to move our ships. So we can engage those. Try and set the plane about right. Get those ships over there. Get a better good idea of how things are going. Move Galactica. So it's away from that cloud. I don't really want to split the group up yet because, we've got no base to defend. Let's proceed. Okay, so here we are. Got our loading icon. Bottom left, right hand side of the screen. It's taking a bit of time.
Fleet group is jumping in 3,
here we go.
2, 1.
Oh, there it is, look.
Jump complete. Dradus contacts bearing 025 Karam 006. Cylon IFF.
Look at the detail on that
Engage
ship.
with the toasters.
That is
Single
fantastic.
One of them gets to run back to Gemini. This is a cakewalk, people. We do our jobs, we kill the enemy. We live up to the name of Galactica and Colonial Fleet. You take it from here, Commander.
Okay, so you take it from here, Commander. One of the great things about the iteration of this game is not only can you move ships individually, right?
Yes, sir.
But you can select them and move them en masse. Look at that. Wiggly wigglies. Right, now. Okay, good stuff. Let's do that. Let's move our ships to engage the Cylon threat.
So say we all.
Are we going to hit anything? No, we're not. We're going to move them out that way first, and then what we're going to do is
Yes, Commander.
set some burners off, and then what we're going to do, we're going to launch some Vipers. Everyone likes launching Vipers. As you can see here, Galactica, Jupiter Mark II, everybody. That's what it's at. It's had the refit. We're moving off. Here come the Cylons. They've launched Cylon Raiders. We're going to have to follow suit here. What we're going to first do, though, is going to move some of our ships so we can get some of the guns to bear. On our carrier, let's go squadrons. Launch all squadrons. Now what we can do as well is select 2 ships here, press the spacebar again and launch all squadrons from those ships. Also, we can also fire our munitions en masse at that particular ship as well. So we're going to take that Phobos right out with some good old Battlestar Galactica fire missiles. Right?
I'm on it, Commander.
Okay, good stuff. These ships here, let's select those. Okay, spacebar again. Focus fire directly on that Phobos. We want to take that right out. End turn. Okay, let's start to hack. Here come our Vipers shooting out of Galactica. Missiles are going straight in. He's going to get it.
Commander, is it true you were one of the last people off the Daedalus before, well, you know, all of that?
Now is not the time for backstory, Mr. Singh.
Just saying, sir. Feels good to have another bona fide chrome buster on deck.
You should have seen this crew before. We've got a roster to fill, so I'll recruit all the experience I can. Back to the task at hand, Lieutenant.
Yeah, you're in the middle of a battle. Less of the talky. So, okay, what we're going to do, we're going to engage this nemesis straight away. So as a result of that, I am going to move it just so I'm lined up. Going to select that. Good stuff. Right, brilliant. Let's get our ships into the fight. Let's get Galactica in there. All our missiles are going to start landing now. Let's get our turrets on the go. We're targeting that. That's good. This thing here. Fire torpedo. Directly at that.
Salvo launch ready.
Now, we might hit, we might not. Usually use torpedoes from the bigger vessels. I'll be surprised if I do get to hit that, to be honest. End turn. Here comes our missiles.
Missiles incoming.
And we've got a good hit there. Nice big impact. He's taking a paste in. As I expected he would. Let's get him out the way because he's going to die anytime soon. Get some of our bigger ships in as well. What are we going to do? Our Raptors, now they can fire good missiles. I don't really want them engaging that fleet over there. I want them to sort of like select target. Let's get them on that set of raiders there. We will take that Viper squadron and we'll get them to defend. The Galactica. And we'll bring all our guns to bear here. This guy is going to be toast. We'll leave that happening. We'll set our weapons to engage that Nemesis. Turrets, cancel target, focus fire on the Nemesis. Let's try and take him out. Again with this frigate here. Turrets, focus fire directly at that. Galactica's guns can take this out, no problem at all.
I'm on it, Commander.
Turrets, focus fire, straight at that. We're going to hit the boosters on this. Get it a little bit further into the mix there. Also our Raptor squadron. Select target right at that Nemesis as well. Raptors here. Select target at that Nemesis. And so for that Raptor squadron as well. So we'll move them directly into the fight. Let's get them on the money. End
Missiles
that turn.
incoming.
He's going to be gone. See you later. Galactica taking some hits there from a long-range missile attack. This thing is going to be effectively dead in the water. We going to have to move him out. Let's hit the boosters, get him out the way. Can we fire some torpedoes? We can't. Turrets. Focus fire. Fire control is offline. You know, we're probably going to lose that Manticore, but we'll get that done as well there.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
how are we going? Hull, 43. Can we fire anything else from over here? No, we can't. Taking one Phobos out. End turn, let's just see what happens. They're taking hits out of that massive gun battery there. Missiles are coming in. We have got rear armor, quite a bit of rear armor. I'm not exactly sure we're going to survive that salvo there. Let's look at Galactica. Fire missile. Let's fire missiles at that Nemesis as well. We can get these Raptors. They can also fire munitions and fire rockets directly at that Nemesis. Let's end our turn.
Missiles incoming.
That's going to take a bit of a pasting now. Rear hits on that Nemesis. Missiles coming in from Galactica. Our Vipers are engaging right the way over here. See if you can continue to take that down. And get some smaller ships to engage this ship over here. So we're going to see if we can fire a missile. We can fire a missile directly at that Nemesis. Why not? We're kind of out of the fight there. That suits me fine. We're going to lay off the boosters. Gives ourselves a bit of a better turning arc.
Yes, sir.
Get that back into the fight, even though it's quite degraded. End turn again. Fantastic backdrops, which we can rotate around. Nemesis is down. Time, I think, to start swinging ourselves around and into the main fight over here. Let's take a look at Galactica and what damage it's incurred. Not a hell of a lot. Any subsystems that need additional strength? That will be no. That's good stuff. Perhaps move some of our bigger ships now around to provide good support. Our Raptors have taken that out. We're going to move them, I think, all the way over here to start attacking that ship. So, we're going to select a target. That one, they're quicker. Some of our Vipers here, we're going to select a target. That Nemesis. Get some of our ships back in the game. Let's select this ship. Fire torpedoes. Fire controls offline. Let's cancel that repair. Fire torpedo at long range. Be a long shot. Let's see what we can do. Let's get Galactica in there as well now. Move some of our other ships around. And get them right into the fight. Now, good old Galactica. It's going to take additional hits there. We could get some flak, but we got some friendly ships in the air, so we're not going to bother with that. Let's end that turn.
Target is 34 by 99.
Raptors are off. We're taking missile hits. Not so much damage there, really, to be fair. Some right damage on the right armour. Our guns are going to come to bear. We're going to take that right out. And then we're going to engage all of that. So, good stuff. Where are we? We're in high-speed pursuit of that Nemesis.
I'm on it, Commander.
With our Raptor squadrons and Viper squadrons. In fact, I'm probably going to move that around. just there, just so we can give it a little bit of added support in case we need it. Probably not going to need it, but we'll have a go. This ship here
Yes,
should
Commander.
be ample, so we're splitting our group with the big guns and the Galactica going one way to engage those 3 marks over there. Let's end turn.
Manticore is taking damage.
That Nemesis is down. Good stuff. That Nemesis is taking a right old pasting. Raptors are coming in. They're opening fire. Galactica's opening fire on that Nemesis. Still taking hits. Turrets. Cancel that target. Focus fire. Let's start opening up on those ships now. Turrets. Cancel. Focus fire. I don't want to focus fire over there. Galactica. What are you going to fire missiles at? That Nemesis right there. And we're going to get our guns going. Focus fire. Thank you very much. Let's take them out. All good stuff. End turn.
Missiles incoming.
So our front elevation is putting towards the damage. That Nemesis is out. We've still got our Manticore over here. We've managed to save that. Bring in ships now into the fight. That Nemesis is down, leaving 1 mark as yet unidentified. So, let's go. Are we going to hit any of that rock? No, we're not. End turn. Okay, it's a Phobos.
Missiles incoming.
Missiles are incoming, taking the hits on the front elevation. I'm not too damaged about that. Look at that. Galactica's opening up with its door knockers.
I'm on it, Commander.
Let's multi-select all those units. There we go. Spacebar. Focus fire directly at that. Okay. Now, because this ship hasn't got any missiles, we can't multi-fire missiles. We've got missiles to fire here. We'll take that out.
Got it.
Our Raptors. This Raptor, we are going to recall.
Got it.
Let's recall that one. And let's recall that one. They've done their work. Let's get into the fight over here with Galactica. Galactica's going to come in here. It's going to pound it with its ships, with its heavy anti-ship missiles and guns. Let's go. End turn. This Minotaur's going to start opening up as well. There you go. Viper Squadron hitting it as well. Great stuff. Turn to the side. Raise the elevation here slightly. Same with that frigate. He's not going to be long for this world, I'll tell you that for nothing. There you go. Taking a pasting. Damages being incurred on Galactica. And we've taken that unit completely out. There you have
All
it.
marks down.
Quite exciting.
It's cleaning up and preparing to muster out. Galactica's back in action, sir. Toasters don't know what's coming for them.
Don't get cocky, Lieutenant. We've still got a whole war ahead of us yet.
So let's take a look at the replay of what happened during that battle. Only a small skirmish with scouts. Let's check it out.
Optimizing firing speed. Switching gun to manual.
Escort priority 1 still online.
We're gonna hammer the fractors so they can't get back up.
I can't knock out the Cylon interference.
Great.
Solution updated. Target activation maintained.
Firing solution is online.
It's gonna take more than that. Come on.
Woohoo! What do we do? Target is 34 by 99. You're giving us a hell of a storm, sir. Set secondary battery. Full attack mode. Fire at will.
Target locked. Watch for clearance. Order received. Clean up and de-escalate.
And there you have it, everyone. That was the first mission of Battlestar Galactica Deadlock Ressurection. Season 2 is here with lots of command additions. Let's take a quick look. Let's proceed. Get back into the Galactica CIC and take a better look around of what's going on. Take a look at some of the ships as well. So the ships you generally find you can go into the blueprint section. The blueprint, you can then look at your ships, you can inspect them as well. Look at the Manticore Corvette. It took a right old pasting, but it's not there for sustained battle, and torpedoes might not be the biggest thing and best thing to use on this. Inspecting it gets you to look and realise the model in its true 3D form, and that's all very well for those people who are going, whoa, look at that Corvette. You want to see what Galactica looks like, isn't it? So Galactica is generally not a Jupiter, but a Jupiter 2 marked Battlestar, which it would seem that I need to unlock. So I need to purchase this in the game. So just so happens I happen to have a load of requisition points from having played other iterations of the game. So I'm going to purchase that. And then for you here on this live stream, we're going to inspect it. So the Jupiter Mark II Battlestar, how does that stack up against the Jupiter Mark I? So fleet points 2,700. We've got 2,150 for the old Jupiter Battlestar. Build cost is 1,650, where it was 1,200 Tillium. Dradus range 4,000. That hasn't changed. FTL cooldown, it's still a big old unit. Effectively the same ship, 4 turns. Again, it's not faster FTLs. Speed, 90 meters per second. Or whatever, 90 miles per second. 90 ms, let's call it that, right? Same speed. Turn rate is the same. Size class is 4. Munitions reload rate 3 turns on the original. That hasn't changed. Now you would have thought that with the iteration of a new Jupiter Mark II Battlestar, that some of this would have been tweaked a bit. What's the difference? I'll tell you what the difference is. You've got extra squadrons. Okay. So we've got in the original Viper, Viper, Raptor. Viper, Viper, Raptor, Raptor. Still got 1 missile bank. Armor-wise, we've got on the new iteration 140, rear 80, left 140. More armor than what was normally on the old original. Same for the right, top and bottom. And the hull point 180. So it's a right old bruiser of a unit where the original was 165. So again, looking at the Jupiter Mark II, a little bit of history. The Jupiter Mark II is a refit and redesign of the legendary Battlestar class. The first of the original Jupiters, Galactica was grounded during the bombardment of Caprica City. We know all this, we had this. The damage sustained during the emergency jump was repaired to include improvements to hull and armament array. Armaments. Okay, so what have we got? Battlestar artilleries, top, front and bottom. Broadsides, point defense. What do we have on the original? Exactly the same. So we've got more Vipers, more armor. Gotta say, a little bit disappointed. I thought it would make it a little bit more badass with the guns. it hasn't. If you remember back to, is it Blood and Chrome? That Galactica looked bristling with armaments as opposed to what it did in the mini-series and the imagined Ron Moore series, where you think some of its armaments have been taken away. Whereas the original, the height of the Cylon War, it was bristling with guns. So, hey, let's inspect it. Let's take a better look at that model. Here it is in all its glory. You can zoom in, look at that, zooming in, zooming out. Move up and down. Let's take a good look at the different aspects of this. Can we zoom in and see if we can get directly into that? They've blurred it out so you can't get into that hangar deck. You can just, you're teased with what's in there. You're teased. So, not a hell of a lot of difference between the models, to be fair. Got your batteries at the top. Let's go back. Let's look at the Jupiter original model, inspect that. Slightly different paintwork, you know. Hard to tell the difference really, innit? Let's be fair. And we're done. But what we're going to do, we're going to go through a good look at the ships later on, having a look around the CIC as well, and exploring that as we go through playing the game, and I'll be putting some videos of this on YouTube. Thanks very much for watching this live stream, a bit impromptu. I didn't plan anything. The game came through with my activation code this morning. I've been away with work. But what we're going to do is we're going to get some more videos on around the dynamic of moving ships in different areas, so check the channel for that. I've been Ricardo. Thanks very much for watching. This has been Battlestar Galactica Deadlock Ressurection, which marks the entry of Season 2 and the Season 2 downloadable content from Slitherine Games and Black Lab Games. Thanks for watching. See you soon.